everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for another set of matches. It is the bronze of Group B. It is going to be Bombom versus Loyalty. We'll be seeing Chucky on the underground complex. Well, okay, never mind, it's Tiffany. I'm yours, Little Regard. Joining me is Outcast Andrew for these matches. How you doing, friend?
I am doing excellent. I'm excited. I'm loving this matchup today. Oh, we got my hand. Tiffany interrupted my introduction there. I'm loving this matchup. We got Chucky. Well, we got Tiffany on Hawkins, which is kind of a spicy pick. With the way we did the picks in this round, there was a couple stealth killers, and you can argue that Chucky is kind of stealthy, but I think the Chucky could be a really interesting set here, and I'm excited to see what happens. We have Gallowfake killing for Bombom first, I believe. Is that right?
It is Gallowfake killing for Bombom, and good use of the hidey-ho mode to get under that pallet, but not quite enough as that Lithe did come in and get them some distance. Having some trouble landing this first hit onto Ace. Ace doing a really good job keeping distance, and again, this is a 110 killer when they're not using their powers, so a little bit of slow. Oh, not staying at the pallet either, going straight to the next one. Mind games coming in, do they win the 50-50? Oh! No, getting stuck on the control panel.
It is a really spicy. I mean, already we've seen some really neat use of the scamper ability there, where she dashes, goes under the pallet, and moves forward. But yeah, last fur or Ace. I'm not sure how to say this guy's name. Ace is doing a really good job of using the indoor map, which is why I thought this would be an interesting matchup, by the way, with Chucky, because you've got a limited amount of. Very close with the finesse there. You've got a limited amount of flick and mobility when you're finishing up your slice and dice. And so as long as these guys on an indoor map are going left, right, zigging and zagging through openings, they should be able to get through there. We do get our first hit on Ace here, and we're going to try and follow it up.
If I say this is a bit of a sadistic pick, honestly. I think you're kind of right that the survivors just have so much juking potential. Second gen going down as well. Oh wow, Jake taking a hit there for their buddy, going right back into the portal room.
Portal room is interesting though. Portal room is. Oh no, got caught up there. That looked like that was gonna be a down. Portal room's interesting though. I think portal room can be really strong, particularly when you're dealing with a 110 killer. I think that was the goal here, but Jake isn't able to make it back, and we are going to see our first down here near the portal room with 2 gens down, and probably a lot of progress on that gen straight in front of us here.
Would make a lot of sense, and actually single gen being worked on pretty heavily. Ruin in play, no pain res on that generator though, so interesting. Also, see if Tiffany's able to get the drop on the survivor upstairs. They should be well aware that hidey-ho mode's coming in. Yeah, we see scratch marks. They have seemingly pre-left. Oh, the ruin's right there.
Oh, spicy. That's so funny because she went down the stairs as opposed to
Dropping
down the hole, because the drop is always dangerous because you never know if the killer's trying to big brain you and hide at the bottom. So they go down there, and because of that, they miss the ruin. However, this is currently the survivors' great slice and dice. The survivors are in very good control of this match right now. 1 injury, 1 hook, and quite a bit of gen progress. And being that the hook is kind of central, but it is sort of isolated to this one sort of right side of the map, so it's really hard to pressure these gens in the corners.
Absolutely. Ooh, finding Ada up top. Ada getting a little bit turned around too, not gonna make as much distance. Oh, and they're going into the unsafe pallet room. Okay, well, I say unsafe. Let's see if they how to use it. No live coming in. That will be a down. Also, is that second stage gonna be secured? Yeah, second stage secured. Onto Jake.
I wonder if they made the call to just... No, they didn't. They just were too slow. I was gonna say, sometimes you make the call, you know what? Let them go to second and get some gen progress for it. But the unhook comes in shortly into the second stage, and we could see a fast tunnel out on Jake here, which would really turn this match around.
It really would. Servers honestly had a really good spot in the beginning, but yeah, if Jake goes down soon, it's not going to be really a good spot for them. Looks like Ruin is still up, still regressing these generators at the moment, and we saw the portal. I think we heard the portal room gen being worked on. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, yep. There they go down over the pallet.
Wow, this is a big turnaround. This was looking like, this was really strong. There was no down until 2 gens were done, and they looked like they were getting a lot of progress, and now suddenly you were right about them. And there's the pain res, all right. That pain res is kind of inconsequential because that gen will get done. It's sort of a don't bother going there for the killer gen, but it's keeping Claudette busy for a little while longer, right?
Yeah, a little bit longer. The Cloud has to work on it, and honestly, the killer, actually gonna come in and interrupt.
She's here.
You do get bonus points for interrupting these gens. This Ruin will regress it passively, so that is a very early drop from the Survivor as well.
That's a really good point. The point you made about Ruin, sorry, it's a really good point. I mean, all this time is just wasted time on the Survivor, and that free gen isn't so free anymore.
True. Looks like they actually lost Chase there, which means that isn't going to be blocked. And there's the 3rd generator at the single gen up top. But it does go down though. Is Ace working on a separate gen as well, or was? Yeah, Ace is on a different gen. So Survivors have good gen pressure overall here. Another pain res coming in though is going to be resetting things a little bit.
Really strong build we're seeing from Tiffany here. Corrupt Intervention at the very beginning, and then at pretty standard. Got the pain res to slow things down as we go. We've got Ruin cranking away on unmanned gens, and if they do manage to find Ruin, which after the fact that they haven't found it yet, and that upstairs gen is gone, they may never find that Ruin. But the fact that Ruin is when Ruin stops cranking away, she does have Eruption to fall back on. Got a good M1 tag here. She's going to be able to get into power and try and follow this up against this Ace. And Ada has to rotate down to go get the save on Claudette. Claudette looks like she does have second win though.
Oh, good call. Yeah, getting a free reset here would be really good for them. Ace doing a phenomenal job dodging the knife, holding W, trying to get back around to the loop. I think they might be in a bit of trouble here though. Yeah, about to say there's not much you can do in that situation.
So we might see another pain res coming in here. That will leave. Well, you know what? We know this hook here is not a pain res. Maybe this corner one is. She seems to be ignoring one for the other. This is probably a pain res. And yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So Ada's the only one left for those keeping score at home. Ada has a pain res left. Claudette and Ace have used theirs up. Looking for some Penny Gen. Oh my goodness! I don't know if she came up and saw her there, but really good heads-up play, just finding the stealth out there on the Ada. And speaking of the last pain res, we are now chasing it down. Claudette is going to have to choose between, never mind, finishing the Gen or unhooking the Ace, but with the Ada going down so quickly, she's got to go get that Ace right away, otherwise she's in big trouble. She may stick the generator and try and make this a 4K1.
It is in the realm of possibility now. Again, servers can hide out pretty well on this map, but we see the remnants of scratch marks. Looks like they're heading for the unhook.
I would say so, yeah. Ada's not ready to get picked up yet. I think we're gonna have the safe play of pick up and get the pain res and slow the game down, I guess, rather than go, because I think she knew there was no way she gets there before the unhook. So Zuzu goes up on hook for their first hook. That was the last pain res, as you can see in the bottom right corner. So we now have no more pain res, Ruin still cranking away, and Eruption's there as a backup.
Yep, I'm about to say, I imagine the Survivors, honestly, I think they would have cleansed Ruin at this point just because of how detrimental it's been to their game plan. But yeah, Eruption, great backup. And again, most Survivors I think are aware about Eruption. However, I could also imagine seeing this killer take, oh, that misses? Wow. But I say barely whiffing into the back, and Claudette is very lucky to get away unscathed and possibly able to make their way to get an unhook. Yeah, they did. They're making their way to get an unhook here, and it's not even going to be a hook trade.
With that hit, I assume we chase. Yeah, I was going to say we chased the injured and broken Ada at this point. Yeah, you're right. No-ed is definitely a possibility. No-ed is definitely a possibility. And I spoke out of turn. I probably shouldn't have said that, seeing as we haven't revealed Eruption yet. But no-ed is definitely a possible, particularly for a 110. This Ada's making use with what she can. This is a pretty strong room where you can go up and down. Once you start having to play the pallet, you're kind of in trouble. Is she going to pull this, though? She does get the switch around the corner there. And we're going to get a second hook on Ada. We're going to have the other two back on gens, healthy, and Ace is coming around to stealth for this. Wow, right next to the hook.
Yeah, they're perfectly set for the rotation, and Tiffany goes the wrong. If she had gone just one room to the left, she would have found him. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, immediate unhook coming in. But yeah, you need to check those generators. But I would not go to the portal room, Joe. I think that might be a mistake. I understand wanting to maybe keep this to try and, you know, if you could 4K2, this would be amazing. But honestly, 4K1 is good. I don't know if I would go here. I would go back and tunnel out Ada.
I agree with you. So I'm the same as what you're saying. I tend to play for the safe good result than the risky great result. A 4K2 would be very hard to beat and even hard to tie. 4K1 would be a very solid result. And I mean, he interrupted. Gallo interrupted the gen at the portal room, but now you've got Ada and Ace probably double cranking a gen on this other side of the map.
You just had someone rotate back over to it.
That was Ace, right?
Yeah.
Ace?
Ace is already back on portal room gen. You just now got a hit on Claudette. I don't know if the trade-off at portal room was worth it. You have someone rotate back to finish it. I think because now you're in the issue of, well, now where's Ada?
Mm-hmm. It looks like she wasn't even. Maybe like she could have just playing. Oh no! I was gonna say she was maybe just wasn't even working a gen and just sort of staying as a scout. Going back to something you said earlier, and I just remembered, you mentioned that it might be a little strange that they're not, and Ada's going to go down. They haven't broken Ruin. This map is brutal for totem spawns.
True.
So, I mean, maybe if you spend a lot of time scouting Hawkins, like loading in, and finding those totems, and just knowing all the spawns. But the rooms are pretty random. The totem spawns are pretty random, and you can waste a whole lot of time looking for totems in this map.
That's very true, and we are down to the 2v1 at 1 gen remaining. Tiffany does have some decent generators set up. I think she didn't check Ace on the right side of the map there, or maybe
I saw that too.
Yeah, she's zoning into it now. She's growing wiser about it. But yeah, they do have a decent 3-gen setup over here. Be curious to see how Survivor's able to tackle this. I think at this point you kind of have to play really scared, and at this point you need to cleanse Ruin.
Yeah,
Ruin is just so much free value.
Yeah, I agree. It's at 3v1. At the 3v1, you need to get rid of Ruin. I think that's not quite going to hit yet. 3v1, you really need Ruin out of the way. 2v1, there's no question, because she can literally bounce back and forth. We're not getting any regression events, like the 8 max regression events don't start until Ruin is gone, and we're going to see this move again. Oh, and she held it for a second.
So did Claudette.
Yeah.
Claudette holding the pallet and actually getting hit. Tiffany winning the 50-50 and continuing chase. Yeah, but I think you might actually want to break away here. You're best off when you get a survivor injured, because then they have to go reset. You can kick the other survivor with the gen. Ruin is still up. I think Tiffany's in a pretty solid 4K1 here.
I think it would have to be not only an incredible chase by the survivors to get out of this, but also Tiffany would just have to choose to swings through the pallet. A killer after my own heart. That's the Outcast Andrew move there. I don't care. Throw the pallet on me. I'm swinging through. Let's go.
I was about to say, nasty hit there. Oh, and another follow-up.
You were mentioning it's a good idea to leave after the injury. The injury also makes it so Claudette is crying and whining, which means it's going to be easier. And she's right here. It's easier to find her because we don't have a guaranteed hatch spawn on this map. So, nice. Very nice.
Very well done, and yeah, Tiffany will be walking away with a 4K1 here for Bombom.
Leave it to me.
Again, this is mirrored, so this is going to be Loyalty. After this, will be cracking out their own Tiffany and or Chucky. Honestly, I am happy to see the good girl, if you know what I mean. Tiffany is awesome.
I like her. I enjoy what that behavior has been branching out, and you know, they got Jennifer Tilly for the it's Jennifer Tilly, I think, right?
Yeah, so
Jennifer Tilly to do the voice. I love that.
That's the thing, is I actually unironically hate the voice lines in this game, except for Tiffany's. Tiffany's is the only set of voice lines I'm like, This is S tier. This is perfect. Do not change that.
I like that they're going with it because like what is it? Like they back.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 2 of set number 1 of Bombom versus Loyalty, the Group B Bronze. And it looks like they went with the good guy, not the good gal. And have to see how they hold out. Again, 4K1 to tie effectively. We'll have to see what the survivors have in store here. Is they got to get that 5th gen done.
I love that we load into the match and Chuck goes, "Where are these assholes?"
You know, honestly, pretty valid. Oh, I feel like that should have been able to flick. Maybe not getting the flick right when they went to it, but regardless, Sable is gonna be able to get away here. Power back up. Oh, they didn't read the room.
Oh no, Lasper needs a little bit more mouse pad, I think so.
Oh,
and the quick down. Wow, that was a very fast down.
That was a great double
I'm not even
tap.
done making my early game jokes here, Lasper. Jeez, yeah, very quick double tap. Unfortunately, that door was closed for Sable. Couldn't get back in the room. Couldn't make it to the pallet, and then just lost the sort of lost the play on that pallet there. And we got a quick pain res and a very quick down here. And Chucky wants more. Let's go.
So the one thing that I really like about this killer right now already is that they're kind of playing into my biased philosophy of this map, which is they didn't bring corrupt intervention. And it's one of the things I don't think you inherently need it. The 2 gens that you're almost always going to hit with corrupt out of the 3 that you get are going to be gens that you shouldn't care about on this map in a philosophy. And so there are some killers I'm seeing that don't take corrupt, and especially when you get it early down like that, you are so rewarded.
And well, I don't want to say what perk it is yet because it hasn't been shown yet. But the alternative is a very nice perk, and we'll see it come into play in a little bit. I agree. I think on Hawkins, and then the main one that you'll see in comp is Midwich are both. I don't think there's any reason if you're playing a killer on either of those maps. I think I agree with you. No corrupt. Take the extra perk slot and use it. We have Gallo getting pretty close to 2nd stage here. Just happy to smell Sable's shoes and admire her socks while we're sitting here waiting for 2nd stage. Pops in as a gen pops, and we're ranging down to the map now. Can we go get it down on Ace, maybe?
If they know where Ace is, that would be huge. They actually do. Oh, Sprint Burst, that was going to get them the distance they need to get out of range. But yeah, if you notice, the 2 gens that are being worked on are the 2 gens that they want to fall. And again, you got 2nd stage secured for the price of 2 gens that you don't care about.
Which is funny that you say they don't care about when Gallo Fake spent so much time defending main gen, the portal room gen last time. Are we going to be going for a? I guess we're going for a quick down on Nancy rather than the tunnel out on Gallo Fake, but I think maybe he's thinking put her on the ground, make someone have to rotate around to pick her up, and then and now you can go range back out. I assume she's gonna be working this main room. This main room can be the portal room can be very strong. We didn't see it utilized too much. There was only about 1 or 2 chases there last match, but we'll see what happens here. Trying to find Gallo, trying to find Sable, trying to see if we can't track her down and finish her off. There's that perk.
Oh, there's nurses.
We got 2 injured survivors. That hits.
Wow, that hits.
Whoa.
Okay. Now you're in a snowball territory. You know where they were picking up a survivor. You know where Nancy is potentially. Yeah, but I say just because you don't know where Gallo is to try and tunnel them out, this could be pretty devastating. Yeah, they find Nancy here.
That was interesting. Did you see that hit on Jake? Hit on Ace was a little bit of a long shot, and then he might have been lagging a little bit. He was lagging into the wall there a little bit for a second, so that might be why that came through. It might have looked different on their screen than it's looking on our observer screen. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That is possible. That is very, very possible. They do get the pickup in the meantime, and we saw that Gallo is working a generator right now, so they did have to be careful. And honestly, survivors in general kind of have to be careful here as this killer actually has a ton of pressure.
And I mean, looking around, I think we did see the reset coming in on Sable. Looking around, seeing if we can maybe get some. Oh, we found Sable!
Nope. That is going to be an early 3v1. Now the survivors, honestly, at this point, it's going to be a struggle, in my opinion, just to get 2 more gens done and try and reach that tie condition.
That's your goal, I know. So the number one thing I find whenever I'm playing in scrims or in comp in general, yeah, you have to have, when you get to that turning point, that swing moment in the game where you're like, okay, we're not getting out, so we're not doing this. You think he doesn't see him? Okay.
But I say, yeah, they saw him. I think both of them knew who saw who.
No, so we've hit that turning point. You're not trying to get outs here. You are going to try. You're going for tie con, and then you can worry about outs if you make it that far.
But I say yes. Right now, you have to get 2 gens done. You absolutely have to.
It's doable. It's not impossible, but it is a challenge right now. With Ruin up, and 2 injuries too, just barely gets out of that one, and Ace is going to sprint burst away.
That actually has a lot of gen progress on it, so Survivor's definitely in the realm of getting the 3rd gen done, but that 4th generator... Again, that's the other thing about this map, is that generally you have anywhere from 4, sometimes 5 gens on this lower half, where we don't have the 2nd story gens, that are so tightly knit that it makes it really difficult for survivors, especially for a stealth killer. But in addition to that, if any one of these gens was a single gen that was on a raised 2nd platform, you can have a really tight 3 gen, unironically. Oh no!
Oh no! I was gonna say, they're in this really, really dangerous position because, like I said, they have 2 injuries. They got a stealth-ish killer. You know, go into hidey ho mode and sneak up, even kind of know where they are. And now we're seeing the 2nd hook on Nancy. If Nancy dies before they can get reset here, or if they have to do some trading, this game is gonna be over.
True. Honestly, if I was this killer, I think you can afford to, like, I was about to say, if they don't do this, I would say in about 20, 30 seconds, if they didn't find a survivor, yeah, okay, never mind. They found a survivor. But I say, go back and just secure the stage on Nancy. At that point, there's nothing they can do. Yeah, but I say, you don't even have to commit to this. Yeah, you can just go back and camp the stage. You know what the gen progress is. You know Ruin is regressing a lot of things right now. If there is something to be worked on, you've only got the corner gen being worked on currently. That's still well within the range of winning here.
And there's so many gens nearby that you can just kind of range out. This gen's still regressing and has been regressing since Nancy left it. Yeah, I think working on that corner isolated gen injured was definitely a slip up from the survivor space as point of view. I don't know if it's impossible that they couldn't have reset to get the 4th gen. The thing is, I don't know if they've identified Nurse's calling. We're going to trade here, but now Ace is going to go on last hook, or we might just slug.
Yeah, let's say leave the slug here.
Nurses. What I was going to say is, you got to go to main room and just heal. I think you go to the portal room and heal. And there we go. This is gonna be game over pretty much.
Yeah, good flick from Chucky. Worth noting though, they did finish the 3rd generator, and that wasn't a gen that we were aware of being worked on. So props to them. They also haven't picked up Ace yet. Okay, there they go. Begging for the Ace. Maybe wonder if maybe they were gonna try and just let them die and then try and look for a hatch or exit gate. But it looks like they are gonna go for the pickup. Ace is found and.
Sprint burst.
Oh, that sprint burst was very timely.
I think that this was a strategic mistake by the survivors to do these. Doing that generator is dangerous and as it's isolated, but not just that. This is again a kind of a stealthy killer. If you don't know where the killer is at all times, you can't be working on. You can't be deep in the generators working on a generator injured. It's a recipe for disaster. And Ace with the little corner juke. It's not over yet, but I think that's going to be all she wrote for them. Oh.
And stay down.
And you can hook here. I mean, he's not gonna, but he could hook there. And I guess he's scared. I guess Lasfer is scared, but that one of the gens is getting done. But you can hook there because even Hatch won't win this game. So.
Well, Hatch could, if a first survivor gets Hatch, it absolutely could win the game. Which is the scary thing, because yeah, that's the one thing they haven't done. They haven't spread out their hook stages enough to cancel out those freshes.
Okay.
Yeah, but say you do probably need to find the survivor at some point, but yeah, but say I don't think Steve is gonna go for the pickup here.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So because Steve is, and I'm because the scoring, I'm not 100% on where. Whatever, like, you know, off the top of my head, what everything's going to be worth and stuff like that. If a fresh person gets out of the hatch with one less gen done, will that result in a win for the survivors?
Yes, absolutely. That is a 9-point swing in the survivors' favor.
Okay.
That getting a fresh out is devastating to the killer. You get 3 points for the survivors, 6 points denied to the killer. It would completely undo all the progress they've done so far, which is why they. And that's the thing too. If this survivor bleeds out, they're also kind of in a pickle because that's a couple of points also missed out on. In fact, actually, if this survivor bleeds out, because they also haven't been hooked to my knowledge.
No, he has been.
Oh, he has been. Okay.
Oh wait, no, he's not.
Serious.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
they
No, he
have
just been slugged.
they have 3 hooked 2 survivors that are dead.
Right, is that accurate though? Because sometimes it gets bugged. I thought he.
No, that's correct. I'm looking at the scorecard now as well. That is
okay.
neither Ace nor Steve have been hooked yet.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, in the bottom left corner you can see that there are 6 hooks, but sometimes that's bugged out. But it's not bugged out. That's accurate.
Yeah, apparently that's accurate for the moment right now. Which we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. So he was. To your point, Lasper was keeping an eye on where Ace was crawling, just assuming that we're going to get a pick and a pick and a hook at the last second, as long as he kind of keeps track of him sort of crawling through the middle. I think that he probably changed directions and didn't see where he went. But yeah, this could come down to, now it's not all over, right? Hatch is random. It's random, which means it's RNG, which means it could go either way.
Right.
But if Chucky manages to get the kick on Hatch, then we're looking at a gate situation, and I haven't really seen where they are. Obviously, they're on opposite sides here, but sometimes they're closer than others. And we don't allow rat poison, I believe. So,
No. Rat poison is a big no-no. That add-on is so boring.
Yeah, we're not.
Oh, they found him!
Okay, but now Ace might bleed out though.
Yeah, but I say they're in a huge problem now because now Ace, they don't know where Ace is. Ace bleeds out. That is 3 points the killer loses out on because they're bleed out. And yeah, you need to find Ace right now. If Ace bleeds out, I think this is a loss.
Because that'll be
1 point denied to the killer.
1 point denied, and the.
Well, it's 3 points total. It's 1 point over the maximum that's allowed.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Is 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Ace bleeding out here is a loss.
Wow.
They needed to go hook that survivor.
Wow.
Yeah. Chucky is 3 points short of the full set of 24, which means that the last 2 points for that gen no longer adds up, and that is a 1 point victory for the survivors here, I believe.
Loyalty will win by 1 point. Wow, that is such a close match.
No. Bombom wins by 1 point. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 3. Set number 2, it is the Executioner mirror. We got Lastfur cracking out the Executioner themselves, and maybe, just maybe, Corrupt will hold long enough. Honestly, that's not half bad on the Corrupt. You got 2 on one side you don't really want to patrol anyway. Immediately finding a survivor as they spread out. Not a bad start for our Executioner.
Yeah, so you're not wrong. So this is the Shack side where we have the Corrupt, and then there's only 2 gens down here. So, long game if you can. Ooh. And the head-on comes in, going into montage, looking like a fool. Just kidding. All right. So back to our chase here. Oh, what's happening?
They're trying to mind game this, and it actually works.
Mind gaming? Oh my God!
Ace, hold those check spots, brother.
Wow. Another very quick down for Lasper, which we know that's how it started last time, but they managed to pull off the Bombom managed to pull off the win despite the fast down and the bit of a snowball there. Painrez coming in and first hook of the game. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, very, very strong start coming in for Lastfur. Agitation getting him over that Scourge hook, able to kick the other gen. And this hook is actually in a great spot for these generators. Look, they got at least 3, maybe possibly even 4 generators on different sides, able to go over these gens, apply Eruption after your first down. This killer actually has a nightmare setup for the survivors. You have 4 gens in equal proximity to each other. You got a hook in the center. They did squeeze over for the unhook though, but I imagine this Ace might not be long for the world. Heading back to Shack.
Yeah, I think Shack is the safe. Is this a sprint burst? It looks like he's walking.
Possibly sprint burst? Yeah, it looks like it is.
It's Ace. He was running it last game too. So Shack is a pretty safe place to go. It's as far as a killer that can shoot you through walls, it's a pretty decent. That's interesting. It's a pretty decent. Okay. Ace outplays the shockwave, but the body block comes in, and we're gonna see the second down already. He did bolt the window, so we're gonna see a basement hook? No,
they actually go for the cage. Interesting.
Okay, so I'll tell you what's happening here, because I'm pretty sure I know what's happening. We've got some aura reading on Eruption. Actually, that aura reading is huge, because that person's going for the unhook. Okay. So
oh my goodness, you're right.
Right? So what we're seeing here is the cage is going to allow you to go and camp out. He knew it was going to, last time he knew that it was going to go across the map.
There's the 4 people.
Yeah, okay. Does know it's going to go across the map to the furthest distance, so you know where the hook is going to be, and also that allows you to come over here. Also, you can do a little bit of ping-ponging where you can make the, if you camp the cage too closely, the cage will cross the map to the other side. That might have been the plan. Very good long-range shockwave, and Ace has 1 hit from death at this point. And he's going to try and play this log pallet. Anyway,
oh, actually, there's another thing. The cage does not reset your exhaustion, so they didn't even get sprint burst that time.
That's right. Good call. Yeah, I was going to say lots of anti-camp. A little ambitious with that shockwave. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. Could have zoned a little bit with your sword in the ground, but Ace isn't long for the world, but is making it last as long as possible.
Doing their best to, yeah, and they do get 2 gens finally. 3 gens! Okay, never mind. Survivors are fighting back. I was really worried for their gen pressure here, as this survivor was Death Hook coming in, but they do actually crank out 3 gens in the meantime. And the question is, did they target the right ones? I think they did. I don't think there's a 3 gen for the, they split it 2 and 2, so they did split the 3 gens in the middle. Good job.
It's a good job. I gotta tell you, I'm going back to it. I think that it was a mistake to cage. I understand I was trying to go through the psychology of it with you guys.
Yeah, I was like, it goes all the way across the map. It is polar opposites.
You had 3 gens, 4 gens down this side. You were talking the whole time after that first hook about what a great situation it was to have a hook down here. You could have hooked there, kept those gens, kept pressuring those gens, and it's not like we got to worry about DS. It's not like we got to worry about borrowed time. There's a bunch of perks that, yes, in a pub setting, make caging in that situation smart. In a controlled comp setting, I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, I'm going to say, caging and comp is not always what you want to do. Again, maybe if they wanted to check the gens on the other side, but that's not what you want to do. You want to keep them in that area. And honestly, putting them in the basement might have been death there, because you can patrol the 2 nearest gens. I wouldn't have gone for basement. I think I would have gone for the same hook that he had before, but we'll see. We'll see if that was the game-breaking mistake or not, as obviously it's a 3v1. They've got a little bit of gen progress going on. They need to figure out how to fight out and try and get some stages out here, as that was still a strong tunnel out, just not as strong as I think the Executioner was hoping for.
I agree. Yeah, I like really strong start, and now we're kind of like, this isn't. I'm not saying this as in a bad way. We're in a mid situation. Like this is fine for both sides, but the killer was definitely ahead and has now kind of let the survivors catch up. You're right too, by the way. The killer is rocking agitation, which means that you could have you had your choice of hooks at that point. There's a lot of different hooks you could take it to. I think I personally would have basemented it, because it's such a wide open area going into Shack. You could have ranged out, and if they get by, you've got them cornered. But Paradox ran in there for the FTP.
Yeah, but
you gotta get all the way there for the FTP. I don't think you make it there cleanly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Yeah, if they had gone for the regular unhook instead of having to make him go all the way across the map, they would have had time for the FTP, because you would have hit it. And they are jamming the generator in the meantime. However, this might be a pain res. It is going to be pain resonance, as it's agitation. Of course, it's going to be. But it looks like it was Nancy's gen. Nancy has a lot of progress, though. Listen to that.
Where was I'm sorry, I didn't see where where Paradox was. When we changed over there, and Nancy gets off the jet. Is this still regressing? It is still regressing.
A little bit, yes.
Didn't manage to stop the regression. Yeah, well, I'm just saying she didn't stop the regression from the pain rate, so it's going to continue regressing.
I think they want to make sure that eruption doesn't get applied to it.
No, that's fair for sure. I'm just not sure. I would assume Paradox is working on a different generator at the time.
They are, yeah.
So,
if you can let this chase last, you might even leave the survivor on gen to finish the. Leave the survivor on hook to finish the generator potentially.
Could be, yeah. We're heading up here. We do have the strong filler pallet here, and then we still have the pallet in this 4-lane as well. 4 lanes are a little dangerous against Executioners, seeing as they are an entire lane he can shockwave up if you don't have a good juke. Good juke. Good play on both of them, and Nancy comes out slightly ahead.
Oh my goodness, Nancy's going to town right now. And yeah, Bev said they have his filler pallet. It's not as strong against Executioner. Holding W through it, and Nancy's kind of playing like a demon right now. Oh my word!
That swing was a calculated swing to take the pallet, but oh my goodness!
The mind
Great
games.
executioner play. I love this section. He's gonna take the hit here. I love this play. That is how you counter executioner. You run into the pallet, run out of the pallet, and then you got to make sure you don't get body blocked away. They do finish the 4th gen, and now we're gonna be sitting at a 2 gens near main and 1 gen down here near Shack. It does get pain res again, but we're gonna be able to have 1 person sit on this gen while the other 2 potentially crank out a different one. We do need to get Nancy off hook and potentially heal up these survivors, though.
But I think they're going to try and get Sable to rotate around for the unhook. And I think the killer recognizes that Sable should be going for this unhook and is looking for the rotation. They hear the survivor, too.
Okay, this is huge. Paradox has to get off that generator now, I think. I don't think he's got time.
Oh, she's so zoned.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have time to finish that gen, so... Now we're gonna have to. We're gonna leave Gallifake on the ground here and rotate around. Now this is the scary part for the killer. Sorry, they are rotating for the save, but it is valid. I don't think it's right, but it is valid. It is possible that the survivor could be cranking out again. So I think he was kind of like looking back and forth, deciding should I go to the hook, should I go to the gen, and I think that gave time for Paradox to get over here and get the unhook for pretty much for free. Although he is gonna take a hit now,
and he is not in a good spot.
I don't like this 4-lane.
Yeah, they got caught up a little bit, and that is a very quick down. They got that was almost a 2-tap. Unfortunate zoning for Adam, and that's gonna be first hook for them as well. They do get the pickup in the meantime. The question is, can they reset? No, they don't have time to reset. They got to split.
So that was the last pain res. So essentially, there's very little gen progress to speak of. We got 2 injured survivors and 1 on hook. Things are looking in the 4K1 realm right now. It's not over by any means, but it's getting a little dicey for the survivors.
Yeah, this is slipping a little bit downhill. Again, if the survivors can meet up and get a full reset, they can pull this out. But the executioner is going to be looking for that reset point, and I think the survivors actually are still split at the moment. Someone did come back here and work on this gen. They are okay. No, they're gonna split the generator progress. Nancy's back here at Shack.
Shack pilot is still up. We're trying the mind game again. Did Ace give him the heads up? What happened? Oh, okay. So is this what? So we were talking about it before. This is one of those Yamaoka squares. I don't know what you call these, but pretty strong. And the nice thing about this and Shack is you're able to play kind of far away from the pallet. Oh my God, she almost threw back into it.
Nancy's a demon. I would be tempted not to chase this. She has played this game so well so far. However, she is a little bit zoned out of position. She's gonna force the pick though. Smart choice, as that doesn't give time for the survivors to finish. Maybe getting reset here.
Adam got reset, so that looks like they are healing up. So now you're gonna be seeing a situation where this will be hook number 2 on Nancy, and we'll be seeing a situation where Gallofake is still injured.
Actually, I think they wanted to heal Adam just for the FTP play if they needed to have it. And they might be, they also could be doubling a gen, I'm not sure.
See, that's why they did double the, wow, well played. I'm surprised they bothered with the heal. It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention and they did it was second wind, was it?
It was
Maybe
second
it was
wind.
second wind. Was it? Okay. Oh, he knows. I didn't even hear her in there. Okay, second wind makes more sense. Okay, so they just unhooked and instantly started. What was that?
That was live to get them closer to the unhook. Possibly FTP the other survivor. We'll see. Yeah, there's the unhook.
That's the right move. Nancy's worth less. I know 3v1's better than 2v1. I don't think that's the move because Nancy's only worth 1 hook.
And she's also
Ace
been a
still
juicer.
Has 2. And she's been a juicer. Oh, are we gonna see it? Are we gonna see it? What's happening here? Why are you not swinging?
I think they're just waiting out the BT. I don't think I don't think Dead Heart's allowed, but yeah, able to come rock back over, get the pickup onto Sable. Has Sable fully reset? Looks like they have crawling towards. But I say they need to be careful here. They're kind of in a bit of a weird position.
I mean, it's probably still gonna come in, but I'm disappointed. I wanted to chop. I mean, we're playing musical survivors here. Knocking one down. I think we're just gonna go for the hook here because why not? I'm already holding her.
Well, you also have Hatchie, so you're not losing any distance going over here.
That's true. Get the hook up. Head back over. Adam's gonna have to pick up Nancy. There's been no door progress whatsoever. They're just doing everything they can do to hopefully, maybe, possibly get some outs on this on this game. We are going to see a zone and a tag on the Atom. Now everybody's injured. Nancy is hidden away. She might be going for one of these doors. She might be going for the unhook. Probably door, I think.
I thought it was unhooked for a second, but yeah, I think you might be right after all. They maybe going for a door. Adam trying to make their way over there as well. They represent the most stages to get out. Yeah, Nancy is on this door, so now the killer has to make a choice. Do they go for the Nancy, prevent the door, or do you don't? Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the door after all. These doors are actually pretty nasty. They're both pretty close to each other.
But I got to point something else out. The two door. Okay, well played. Nancy won everyone up until that. Chopper! Chopper, give me the chop! Jibbity chop! Let's go! I love
that.
it.
Saves so much time, too.
I was going to say, the two doors are on the polar opposite side of Shack, which is where Hatch spawns. So it hasn't come into play yet. If Nancy had managed to get that door open and they'd left Gallowfake to die on hook, Adam could have got out at Shack. Obviously, that didn't happen, but the doors are both good and bad for the survivors.
But I say, and the thing is that this is tucked into a corner. There's no tile whatsoever for you to get to. This is an absolute dead zone. Oh, they actually... Oh my god, it's quick and quiet getting value as they were able to vault over the top. But I say, if you lasted one more round, you might be able to let Adam get the door open, but it doesn't seem to be the case, and... you can't see this exit gate, so you have to actually come all the way over here.
I think we're in 4K0. Oh, he's on it! He didn't get it.
No, but that's going to be 4K0, yeah.
Great game. That game was so swingy. My goodness.
It really was.
Killer, insanely fast find and down on Ace, followed by the cage, which swung things back in the favor of the survivors, followed by some downs and slugs, which swung it back to the killer, and then finally they get that last gen done, which was huge. I know a 4K0, no outs, is not exactly what you're looking for as survivors, but the way that started, getting all those gens done, was huge. Well played by both sides.
It really was, and yeah, that is going to be a pretty good result here for Loyalty. Again, I think against an Executioner, you generally expect to see outs, so Bombom's killer is going to have a little bit of an uphill battle here going into trial number 4. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 4. It is the end of the Executioner mirror. We're in set 2. Bombom wins this. It's a 2-0 sweep. If Loyalty wins, we are going to the tie breaks. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit stressed out with this Corrupt here. This is a pretty good 3-gen on main build, and they see a crow in the distance.
So it's really interesting, and I was thinking about this in the break. 4K1, 4K2, etc., are a lot easier to pull than 4K0, and I'll explain why. They're not easier. It's easier to tie, is what I'm trying to say. 4K0 is more rare. I don't know if you agree with this. Good. Quick tag.
So here's the thing. I don't know if you noticed this. This is a completely different Executioner style. Instead of doing that, holding the down, using the mind games, this killer brought double range add-ons. They didn't bring the extra duration add-on for the rights. They just brought double range, and they're just taking shots.
I genuinely thought it was double range last time, but you're right. You're absolutely right. And this is my build. Okay, Executioner add-ons are so stupid. 3 of them or 4 of them look like Ormond photos. Look at that. It looks like an Ormond photo.
That's so true.
Right?
Like, yeah, Burning Man painting. Yeah.
Burning Man painting, the whatever. There's duration. They're all green with triangles or with rectangles. Sorry. Anyways,
this killer has an insane potential here. They've got such an early down and such a good middle area. They can literally just camp this out, wait for them to come in for the unhook, double tap it, go for the tunnel. And they've got Ruin. They can harass the generators.
Yeah. Here's the thing about... Sorry, I was watching the game. My goodness. I was saying about 4K0. Here's the thing about the full sending it and whatnot. It only works for a short period. Good. They stuck it for the unhook. The full sending it... Oh, we're getting... Oh, my goodness. Great body block.
Great body block. I don't know if it's enough.
The full sending the shockwaves only works up until the survivors start playing to it. So it's good, but eventually the survivors can adjust to it. So you might need to change it up. That must have just missed, I think. Couldn't see it there. Good on Bernardo making it all the way to Shack. I think he ranged out against the wall there. Yeah, definitely not hugging the wall, and then it gets away from that a little bit. That was a really, really good job for the survivors getting that unhook for free.
Absolutely, and yeah, they're firing back. Gen pressure is coming back to play. They've got 2 generators done. However, Hanato is zoned here. David in the wing to be an obnoxious brat, and yeah, we're gonna be pushed away now. I think they might have been trying to set it possibly for a for the people if it came into play, but not gonna be the case, and that's gonna be second hook. However, they don't have agitation. Are they gonna try and get a pain res here? No, they're not. They're gonna opt to just hook back here instead. Do they have a 3-gen back here?
I don't think so. I think they cranked it out. Wait, 1, 2.
That was a pain res though. I think they just wanted a more central hook.
The corner hook is really hard to guard. You can't stay here. You have to move out into the map, especially with right now. You could literally have 3 survivors cranking 3 generators, and that will get them their win condition.
They got 2 cranking gens right now, but the pain res did hit.
So I think that because it's a corner gen, because it's a corner hook, you have to range out. I think that was the hesitation. I think it turned into, do I want the pain res, or do I want a slightly more central hook? And I think the difference between this hook and the next closest was not big enough to.
Oh, they finished a gen back here. That's why. But there's still gens being worked on back in this corner. So actually, the survivors did a good job. That would have been the worst 3-gen of all time to try and fight against. Oh my goodness.
Ruin is doing some work here, though. If you can just keep them off of it, maybe get an 8%. I don't know if that would go down and hit them below the.
No, the drop is a little bit too far.
Gazebo. Yeah, it's like it's. Executioner's really weird. Like if you shoot onto the stairs in Shack from the side, they won't go. But if you shoot down the stairs, it goes down a bit of a ways. That's gonna leave Zuzu die on hook, and now we are down to a 3v1 with 2 gens left, and an okay 3-gen. I don't know how you feel about it.
It's not the worst in the world. It's definitely holdable. What's surprising me is
oh, no.
Yeah, Survivor was playing it really close, and I know that David wants to take it to the other side of the map, but they are losing the Survivor. Lucky break?
No.
Oh my word. That was a powerful lucky break right there. They lost so much distance. 4th generator going down. They were attacking the one on the side.
He was edge map, and he got out with lucky break. That is insane. Great perk value. My goodness.
Absolutely. However, they do go down. Is this going to result in a pain rest? There's definitely no 3-gen now to speak of. Yeah, you got 1 in main. You got 1 on the side. Yeah, Survivor is definitely bringing this back with the gen pressure. Rotating back around, but they do have to start doing the 3v1 shenanigans.
So we're in the same situation we were in last game, where it's 3v1 with a good gen split. However, the difference this time is Ruin.
Yeah, Ruin's definitely going to be a bit of a bummer. I don't know if the survivors recognize where it was. They did have Hanatsu when they were still alive run past it, but they may have been too much in the chase to realize that they just ran past Ruin potentially.
Well, Zuzu was also hooked right there, so I'd be really surprised. I mean, it's second hook, so you're focused on not missing a skill check, obviously, but I'd be a little surprised if they weren't looking around and didn't catch the glowing. So I would say there's a fair chance that they scouted it. Gonna get an M1 here on Nia, run to main and just get the heck out of Dodge. I think we're gonna head back in here. What I want to see from the survivors is I want them to get rid of Ruin if they can. I want to see some slow play, because they tried. It's very easy to try and force this last generator, and I think that's a mistake.
It's a very good point, and looks like they did get pushed off both these gens. But now you got to worry about main 2 being so far away. And now these gens have completely regressed back to start. And David at this point no longer has lucky break. It's already they've been injured for too long. They need to find a survivor ASAP though.
A little bit of progress there.
Also, if you get a reset off right now, I wouldn't reset back here actually.
Crows.
That crow is telling. No, I say, you go back. That's where I would reset. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly where I reset, and they do find them.
Heckin' snitches, man. Heckin' snitches. Sprint burst.
Ooh, not able to make it past without getting hit by the torment. And this might be a down coming in here. Bear. Oh, wow.
That was a really weird, wide turn, but it managed to work out for Gallifrey.
See, this is where I would cage. The cage goes right back to your generators. I would 100% cage here, though.
Absolutely.
I guess if they want a pain res,
probably. But, I mean, you kind of know the progress, but I guess the fear is that Claudette is down that side of the map, cranking away a gen like she is. Yeah, there you go. But I agree with you. If you cage there and save the pain res, imagine you cage there, and then you run back down, you get the down in your corner near the 2 gens, and then you pain res. it's always that fear. You don't know where the third survivor is, so you don't know
Mhm.
what they're doing. Maybe they have like maybe
Ooh.
they're a really good repairman, you know?
Oh my goodness,
what?
the finesse just getting them the distance across that pallet.
Crazy. Actually crazy.
Claudette and Chase now. I think it's their first chase of the game. They do get tormented. Unhook's coming in and I think dropping. Oh, they dropped the wrong side, so yeah, not able to get that hit. Another good dodge.
I don't like these full sends on this gal. Well, that was good. Never, but here I am talking. The moment I say something,
Wait, that does drop down.
it
What?
does drop down. Okay, Gallo knows something I don't. There you go. My executioner game just got better thanks to Gallo. Thank you.
Yeah, for real
My
though.
goodness.
Now that this does mean the survivors on the other side are able to reset during this time, or if we don't see a reset soon, it might be that they're doubling main. But again, that's going to run you into the problem with Pain Res being back here in the corner. Now we do see the resets coming in. Claudette going to comp corner, but again, Ruin is still up, and you were about to. Why would you? Wait,
Why would you cage?
Okay, why would? Okay, why would you cage? Why would you cage? Okay, so.
Okay, hold on. Let's let big brain. He knows. Okay, knows that they just reset, and there's some maybe there's some progress, and
But
he
that
knows
means that yes,
also.
Nia can get rid of her torment uncaged, and you can double heal here.
Right, but okay, no, hear me out. The only hook you're gonna hit from there is the pain res, and you would waste it. That's the only thing I've got. That's the only explanation I have to why you would cage there.
Oh, great
Good long
prediction,
range.
though.
I agree. It was not the right move, but that I'm trying to put myself in Gallo's head. That's the only thing I can think of.
Again, we're not in the game state. We don't fully understand, but I really do not understand that. Especially, yeah, they're working on main right now. They're gonna be able to spread back out. I don't know. I'm curious because now, yeah, you also Nia lost her torment because now that would have actually I think would have been a good time to cage potentially, but I don't know. It also might have been they might have also been worried. Maybe they thought that they were doubling instead of well, no, if they're doubling, you definitely want the pain res. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if holding onto that pain res comes in to help them or not. Swinging through the pallet.
Love it. Smart. Thinking that maybe you'd wait, respect the pallet, put the sword in the ground, and go for a shockwave, and instead just walks right through the pallet. Gallifig is playing phenomenally.
These
Full
hits are
sending
disgusting.
Unpredictably full sending shockwaves, and at other times just ignoring it and going for the M1. Being unpredictable is the most dangerous thing for both killer and survivor. Not doing what the other side expects you to do is always going to benefit you. So well played. We do see a reset come in on Nia, but they won't have time for Claudette, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try and finish Claudette here. Oh my goodness, but they find Claudette. Okay, Claudette running away from range a little bit. But now, yeah, but say now that the killer knows that they can zone him and... Oh, and then they get barely tormented? Wait, they're still not going to go for the cage. Interesting.
I don't know. We are dealing with a split gen situation too, so like maybe Gallo's got a plan. I'm just gonna trust that Gallo knows what the heck's going on, right? So,
Yeah.
This is starting to get away from the survivors. We still have Ruin up, which means every second off of generators is an extra second on generators. We're getting to that.
Did they see the survivor right there?
I didn't see the survivor right there. Where were they?
Okay, I'm gonna have to run back in the replay and check that. I think Nia was literally crouched right next to that wall.
So Ruin's up and everyone's on death hook. This is looking like Bombom, but I mean it's not over yet. But this is a scary situation. That is going to be
that second win. That's why they didn't heal.
Makes sense, right? Oh, so that one heal from her Claudette.
Yeah, Claudette onto Nia, yeah.
Was essentially 2 heals.
Yeah, effectively. Again, I would have caged there. You wouldn't have get second wound if you caged.
Right? Oh my! I mean, you don't know that, right? But you're absolutely right. It's interesting. The heal does come through. Okay, the survivor's got to crank out a gen. Here's the thing: Gallo knows that the survivors have to crank out the gens. You have to leave this. You have to leave this chase in a few seconds.
Okay, we'll get the tag though.
A little bit of a misstep there by Claudette. I feel like that's very check spottable and managed to get an M1 on a pretty strong pallet. I guess you always have to be worried that you're gonna get a shockwave through the wall, so it's forgivable.
That's fair. And again, David kind of near ruin, but not seeing it. Do the survivors
way-
double main?
By the way, the jury has come in on that one. They definitely don't know where ruin is because it would be gone by now if they did. David's gonna die.
Yeah, David goes down here. We see them doubling the gen. I don't think this killer has time.
Yeah, I think you need to slug there. This is gonna be super
Wait, that was,
close.
a pain, was that a pain res? No,
No.
it wasn't.
I don't think they're gonna. If he shockwaves through the wall and hits both of them, they're gonna get the gen done. Unless he can hit both of them with one shockwave.
Whoa!
What are you doing? What just happened?
It's a really dumb spectator bug, and I wish behavior would have fixed it after 5 years by now. It's really frustrating.
Oh!
The killer was there that whole time. It's a spectator bug. We didn't see him. That's why they were cat and mousing it. They literally just pulled the survivor off because they were cat and mousing because the killer can either kick it, the killer can either grab. Yeah, so the killer played that perfectly, and we just couldn't see it because of spectator bug.
I was like, what's going on? Also, I want to point out the fact if Ruin hadn't been in play there, they would have got the gen done.